It's really hard to say who has the most power. It's some very powerful entities out here. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of the club. I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are.
And women, black, white, yellow, green, and blue, started talking back, and it was interesting. We were cutting the film.
But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
Ice Cube just dropped a shocking revelation. Oprah is allegedly plotting to take Denzel Washington out of the picture.
You know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean.
In a jaw-dropping twist, it seems there are dark plans brewing behind the scenes. With Denzel's rising influence and powerful voice, could Oprah see him as a threat to her empire?
He the white woman, and they tried to electrocute him, but it didn't work. And he became sort of a cult hero.
What lengths will she go to protect her interests? As Ice Cube pulls back the curtain on this high-stakes drama, fans are left wondering, is there more to this story than meets the eye? Stay tuned, because the Hollywood power dynamics are about to get even crazier.
Then he said even Oprah Winfrey didn't want to have me on. You know, when you're trying to promote your big three, you're trying to build your business and all this other stuff.
Ice Cube, the legendary rapper and actor, recently opened up about the tension brewing behind the scenes of Tinseltown. He hinted at a rift between Oprah and Denzel that has fans questioning everything they thought they knew about these two Hollywood giants. What could possibly cause such a divide? Is it professional jealousy, hidden secrets, or are there plans in motion that could change the landscape of the entertainment industry forever?
At this point of being in this business this long, Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame, you name it, you got all of them, right? Who has the most power in the entertainment industry?
Ice Cube, with his trademark wit and charisma, detailed a series of events that have led to speculation about Oprah's intentions. You know how powerful she is, Cube said with a knowing smile. If Oprah wants something done, you better believe she's got a strategy in place. He suggests that the beloved talk show host might have her sights set on taking Denzel out of the picture. But for what reason? Well, Cube shares a few cryptic hints. It's not just about their movies or ratings. This goes deeper, way deeper. Think influence, think control, think legacy. You can practically feel the tension crackling in the air as he implies that Oprah's ambitions could threaten Denzel's illustrious career. Is there a rivalry brewing that the public isn't privy to? The speculation is electrifying.
But Oprah's obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
Ice Cube also revealed that there are whispers of a power play involving upcoming projects. I've heard that there are some big plans in motion, he teased, raising an eyebrow. If you thought Hollywood was all about glitz and glamour, think again. It's a game of chess, and right now, everyone's positioning themselves for the next big move. Are Oprah's ambitions to produce new content at odds with Denzel's current projects? Could this lead to a showdown between two of the biggest names in entertainment? It looks like Denzel's had enough of Oprah's close ties to Hollywood's elite and the way she's been pushing narratives that don't sit right with him. And knowing Denzel, he's not about to let things slide. He's calling it out. And from the looks of it, this could be the end of whatever peace existed between them. So in a wild twist, Oprah's name is getting dragged into some heavy stuff, thanks to Denzel Washington calling her out. Apparently, Denzel didn't hold back and brought up some serious accusations. Everything from shady business moves to human...
Rationalize, justified, if you will, what I was doing by speaking through my work.
Not only that, Twitter also started buzzing with claims that Oprah's house in Boca Raton, Florida, got raided, supposedly tied to some global tea-efficking ring. People were also bringing up her old connections with Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, using that to fuel the fire. And if that wasn't wild enough, some tweets even claimed Oprah was arrested on suspicion of tea-efficking. Yeah, seriously. Obviously, all this is nothing but ridiculous rumors. But because the internet is the internet, Oprah decided to step in and shut it all down herself. herself. Because let's be real, it was getting out of hand. Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true, she wrote on Twitter. Haven't been raided or arrested, just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody. But Denzel is here to speak the truth. With Denzel, many others suggested that the TV host is the main force behind all such crimes. But when she addressed the issue, she categorically denied all the allegations against her and apparently threw the dirty laundry to Denzel. I did stupid things like drinking detergent and all that kind of crazy stuff that you do when you're trying to get attention when you're really just trying to cry for help. However, Denzel's fan base is so strong that they never believed Oprah. One of them wrote, "Oprah, it's just a matter of time. They're getting closer and all of your friends are hiding. You're running out of time. TikTok, TikTok, you will be next." One more person added, "It's funny how Oprah's name keeps on coming up with the worst of the worst. It's not a coincidence." It's no surprise that Denzel's fans are standing by him. After all, he's calling out some deeply unsettling truths about what really goes on in the industry. These aren't just bitter complaints from folks with grudges. The claims supposedly come straight from Hollywood insiders, including heavyweights like Oprah. The word is that many of those at the top, those who've won the biggest awards and rubbed shoulders with the most powerful, are now revealing a much darker side of the business, a side most outsiders never get to see. Apparently, making it to the top demands sacrifices that go far beyond just hard work, often costing people a piece of their very soul. What's even more disturbing is the idea that those who try to escape and live normal lives end up paying a heavy price. More and more celebrities are stepping forward with haunting stories about the things they've experienced and witnessed, stuff that shatters the shiny, glamorous image Hollywood loves to project. It's becoming clear that beneath all the red carpets and bright lights lies a world that's far more sinister than most people ever imagined.
So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy.
Rather than immediately exposing the high-profile names orchestrating behind the scenes, Washington initiates the discourse by directing his critique at his peers in the industry. He condemns what he perceives as their delusional arrogance, setting the stage for a broader conversation about the concealed dynamics at play in Hollywood and the potential pitfalls awaiting those who intertwine their destinies with influential figures higher up in the industry hierarchy.
People say, oh, the difficulty of making a movie. I'm like, send your son to Iraq. That's difficult. It's just a movie. It's like, relax.
The actor, famous for being brave and smart, openly talked about the decreasing viewership of major Hollywood awards shows. He said that the shows focus too much on pushing their political opinions onto viewers. He said that we're in a new time when people are tired of the woke Hollywood elites who act like they're better than others. Washington himself said these people go on stage, congratulate themselves, and tell everyone else how to live. Meanwhile, they live in very expensive mansions. And this was further confirmed when Taraji P. Henson joined the scene. In her memoir, Henson revealed a deep sense of disappointment and betrayal, expressing feeling gutted upon discovering that Winfrey, who served as a producer on the film, did not advocate for her to receive fair compensation. Henson had expected Winfrey to be a mentor and role model, but instead felt let down. Winfrey, who had been notably silent on the matter until now, recently addressed the issue in an interview with Variety. She revealed that she was unaware of the pay gap during the production and emphasized that she had no control over the budget or actors' salaries. Winfrey explained that she had entrusted director Lee Daniels with those decisions, relying on his judgment. "I didn't know what anybody was getting paid. I didn't ask. I didn't negotiate. I just said yes to the role because I wanted to work with Lee and I wanted to support his vision," Winfrey said. "I'm sorry that Taraji felt hurt by that, but it was not my intention to slight her or anyone else." In his speeches, Denzel Washington consistently issues a cautionary message to future generations, emphasizing that they will continue to confront racism because youth are still being taught to harbor racial biases. While he holds onto the dream of a world free from racism, he holds the belief that a new generation of individuals with racist beliefs is being raised, highlighting the enduring challenge of addressing and overcoming and discrimination.
You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other.
It seems that Oprah Winfrey has been accused of mistreating not only Taraji, but several other actresses, including Toni Braxton. Toni, in a candid interview on VH1's Behind the Music, shared her struggles with bankruptcy and how it affected her career. During her appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show at that time, Toni anticipated questions about her financial situation. However, Oprah's unexpectedly harsh line of questioning caught her off guard, leaving her in disbelief and contributing contributing to the challenges she faced during that period.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused.
In this interview, Oprah's questions were interpreted by viewers as indirect criticism of Tony's spending habits, suggesting that her extravagant expenditures played a substantial role in her bankruptcy. Tony, responding to what she perceived as Oprah's rudeness, expressed her shock, stating, "She was so frickin' mean to me. I was in shock." Tony openly shared her deep respect and admiration for Oprah prior to the interview, expressing that she never expected Oprah to be as critical as she turned out to be. She said, "I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her, and she pretty much reprimanded me." According to Tony's recollection, Oprah's disapproval extended further. Tony remembered Oprah making remarks like, "I've heard you have Gucci flatware, whereas I, Oprah Winfrey, do not own Gucci flatware," while gesturing with her thumb and forefinger close together. This comment left the Braxton family values star feeling significantly diminished.
You ain't got Gucci flatware because you didn't want to buy it. It's not because you couldn't afford it. What do you mean? And immediately, she made me feel this big. This big.
As fans started connecting these incidents, suspicions grew stronger that Oprah Winfrey played a significant role in Toni Braxton's decline. This perception was fueled by the widely known conflict between Oprah and Monique. Many believe that Oprah had contributed to derailing Monique's career, with rumors circulating that Monique was on the verge of homelessness. The absence of any public apology from Oprah for the perceived harm inflicted upon Monique only heightened these suspicions.
So for 8 years, my family has suffered and my career has suffered because what I would not allow those entities to do was bully me.
The alleged reason behind Oprah's lack of apology, as suggested by some, is attributed to her ego and pride. In 2009, Oprah and Tyler Perry jointly released the film Precious, directed by Lee Daniels, to a global audience. Seeking to capitalize on the positive critical reception of the film, its producers decided to send Monique on a promotional tour. Monique herself expressed surprise, stating, "I had no idea I'd been blackballed because I don't think that Hollywood has turned its nose up to me," hinting that someone intended to teach Monique a lesson because she's not playing the game. What astonished many was Monique's candid revelation that Oprah had made unreasonable demands during their movie campaigns. Monique stated, "We were out on the campaign and she was making unreasonable demands, and this is where reverse racism, I think, happens." Monique has been outspoken about her past, including her disclosure that she faced bullying from her older brother, Gerald, during her childhood years from ages 7 to 11. Their relationship fractured after Gerald was convicted of harassing another woman and received a 12-year prison sentence. In 2010, a surprising turn of events unfolded when Gerald accepted an invitation from Oprah to appear on her show. Oprah even attempted to have Monique participate in the episode. However, Monique made it clear to Oprah that she had no intention of appearing on the show, even if her brother requested her presence. To Monique's shock, Oprah went a step further by inviting not only Gerald, but also their two parents to the show. This was particularly distressing for Monique, as it seemed that her parents were downplaying the traumatic experiences she had endured during her childhood.
I did assault and inappropriately touch my sister in manners that were not comfortable for her. And for that, I apologize.
Monique was deeply affected by the situation, and her attempts to find solace from Oprah went unanswered. When she encountered Oprah in Hollywood for the first time after the incident, Monique couldn't help but be skeptical of Oprah's claim that she had been unaware Gerald would be bringing her family onto the show. Monique explained in an interview. She then said, "Do you want to come on the show because he wants to apologize to you?" I said, "Oprah, I don't want no part of that." Oprah has faced significant allegations related to alleged hypocrisy and enabling behavior, with accusations coming from prominent figures like Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted S offender, and Harvey Weinstein. Several well-known individuals have publicly accused Oprah of concealing information or supporting Harvey Weinstein, including Rose McGowan. According to Rose, Oprah made a mistake in associating with individuals like Russell Simmons and Harvey Weinstein, whom she considered friends. Rose tweeted, "I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't." From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' sick victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake fake as they come. #Lizard. While Oprah might have shown some resentment toward women like Taraji, Toni Braxton, and Monique, she didn't hold back on men either. Take what she did to Michael Jackson in 1993. Michael welcomed her into Neverland for an exclusive interview, which helped boost Oprah's global fame. But after Michael's death, Oprah jumped on the Leaving Neverland bandwagon, siding with his accusers, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, despite both men previously testifying under oath that Michael never harmed them. This move didn't go unnoticed. Monique publicly called Oprah out, accusing her of tarnishing Michael's legacy, a move that shocked many fans who remembered Oprah's earlier connection to him. After facing backlash for that special, Oprah defended herself, claiming she was just trying to shed light on the patterns of seduction that SA offenders use and tackle a larger issue in the entertainment industry. But her actions didn't stop there. In 2012, Oprah took things a step further by using one of Michael Jackson's grieving children for her own gain. She aired a tell-all interview with Jackson's daughter Paris on her own network, all while saying it was to help launch the young star's career. However, fans of Michael Jackson were quick to call her out on this. They even penned a letter to Oprah, which read in part, "We can't help but notice the irony of the current situation. The man you spent the better part of the last decade bashing and stopping short of labeling a child M is the very man's name and progeny you are now using to salvage your sinking network." No doubt, at the top of OWN TV's rescue list would be a repeat of history. Remember in 1993, your Oprah show experienced record ratings, over 100 million viewers tuned in to watch you interview the world's biggest superstar, the king of pop, Michael Jackson. While you were a somewhat hot commodity in the United States then, Michael Jackson introduced you to an international audience. When a few years later, Mr. Jackson had SA allegations leveled against him, we all watched in dismay. You turned on him, appointed yourself judge and jury, deciding even before evidence was presented in court that he must be guilty of the charges. The letter concluded by saying, "Having crowned yourself a child defender, we find it distasteful, disgraceful, and hypocritical that you are now using grieving children, whose father you tried to sway a jury to send behind bars when it suits you. Few in the media have called out your shameful exploitation and hypocrisy, but we applaud the few who did, those who remember." The letter highlighted their anger and disappointment, pointing out how Oprah seemed to exploit a family's tragedy for ratings. It was a clear example of how she could twist a moment of vulnerability into a media spectacle, raising serious questions about her true intentions. In an interesting turn of events, fans couldn't help but wonder why Oprah, following the controversy around Michael Jackson's legacy, remained silent on her friend Harvey Weinstein's victims. Despite the outcry, she didn't shed light on Weinstein's pattern of seduction. Fans observed the double standard and questioned why Oprah didn't take a similar stance for the women who spoke out against Weinstein. Following this, Monique took to the social media app to blast Oprah Winfrey with a lengthy open letter, accusing her of treating people who are accused of similar crimes like SA differently based on their race. She wrote, "Dear Oprah, I felt compelled to write you this open letter after observing the disparity in the way that you seem to treat people who were accused of the same allegations. You did an interview on the CBS Morning Show and were asked about Harvey Weinstein by Norah O'Donnell, and you said, as it pertained to him, that you always try to look at the rainbow in the clouds, whatever is the silver lining. You also said, if we make this all about Harvey Weinstein, then we have lost the moment." She continued and pointed out that while Oprah Winfrey appeared to steer clear of claims against Harvey Weinstein, she hosted an HBO documentary, Leaving Neverland, where two men accused Michael Jackson of accusing them of SAing them when they were boys. Monique also mentioned that Winfrey signed on to executive produce a documentary featuring some of the women who are roughly 20 that accused the music mogul of SA as well. Michael Jackson's family also rallied against Oprah, saying they were disappointed that she sided with his accusers and called her interview with them the ultimate betrayal. With all this happenings going on by Hollywood elites, Ice Cube didn't want to be left behind and already sent a very stern message to one of the pioneering figures like Oprah.
Cancel culture that we have today. So I just think, people are afraid and they're running to their corners.
It all started in a recent interview with Tucker Carlson. The popular rapper Ice Cube dropped a bombshell revelation about the entertainment industry. He claimed that Hollywood elites allegedly cost him a lucrative, once-in-a-lifetime role worth a staggering $9 million simply because he refused to get vaccinated.
I didn't feel safe.
But they told you you were safe.
I know what they said. I know what they said, and I heard them. I heard him loud and clear.
Ice Cube made it clear that his decision to not get vaccinated was not about becoming the face of the anti-vaccine movement. Instead, he wanted to stay true to his convictions and set an example for his children. He voiced concerns about the vaccine's rushed development and expressed a genuine fear for his safety in taking it.
It wasn't ready, you know. It was 6 month, you know, kind of rush job.
Carlson then asked if it was a tough decision to make, to which Ice Cube replied, "It wasn't a tough call. I wanted to be an example for my kids, and I wanted to make sure they didn't take it either. I want to stand on my convictions and that I was willing to lose $9 million and more, because we probably lost more since then." This anticipated movie, directed by Kitao Sakurai and produced by Sony, would have seen Ice Cube starring alongside Jack Black. However, at the last minute, he was unexpectedly dropped from the cast, as Sony imposed a requirement that all members of the cast and crew must be vaccinated for filming in Hawaii.
I want to see you there, man. I want to see all my fans in the place, Providence, Rhode Island, tomorrow noon. Come down, man. You might get a picture with your boy. You never know.
Ice Cube said he lost out on a $9 million film role over his refusal to get the vaccine. Cube said, "I turned down a movie because I didn't want to get the MF jab," the actor and rapper said on a new episode of the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. "I turned down $9 million. I didn't want to get the jab. F that jab. F y'all for trying to make me get it. I don't know how Hollywood feels about me right now." Insiders say that vaccination was just an excuse. According to reports, Hollywood elites such as Oprah Winfrey never wanted Ice Cube to complete this film as they were casting another actor.
On human beings without informed consent. And yet in 2 years, all of that conviction has suddenly disappeared.
Fans are left reeling as they try to connect the dots. Could this rift escalate into an all-out Hollywood feud? Or is this simply a case of two titans navigating the complexities of their careers? One thing is for sure, the stakes are high. Cube's supporters came out to root for him in his difficult time. One of them wrote, "I like that Cube is a critical thinker. We need more people in the world like that. He uses his judgment to make decisions instead of accepting the opinions and ideas of others automatically." Another added, "I came here for Cube and I wasn't disappointed. With all the garbage in Hollywood, he is a breath of fresh air. Lots of respect. I really appreciate his honesty." Ice Cube's revelation raises more questions than answers. As the internet erupts with theories and conspiracies, you can bet that everyone is keeping a close eye on these two stars. After all, in Hollywood, nothing is ever as it seems, and with Ice Cube's insight, we're left on the edge of our seats, eager for the next chapter in this unfolding saga. So, what do you think? Is Oprah truly scheming against Denzel, or is this just another episode in the never-ending drama of celebrity life? With Ice Cube throwing shade and secrets into the mix, you won't want to miss what happens next. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.